to the second installment of the Burlington High School Feasibility Study video series. In our first video, we discussed just what the feasibility study entails, who is involved, and an outline of the schedules of activities. In this video, we will provide an overview of the existing conditions of the school, highlighting deficiencies in space and systems, and summarizing the findings from the educational visioning sessions. Finally, we'll wrap up by showing the next steps and sharing an exciting community event where you can let your voice be heard about the future for Burlington High School. TAPE Architects and their consulting team have documented a detailed existing conditions plan of the building. By determining the state of the space and the building elements, it can be determined what is working and what needs to be adjusted or replaced to meet the educational goals, as well as provide a safe and healthy learning environment. Burlington High School was constructed in 1971, 53 years ago. The cast concrete construction shows expected wear for its age. From a structural standpoint, there are no major deficiencies, but any addition or renovation to the building would need to meet updated structural codes dependent on the determined project scope. The existing electrical system appears to be original to the building and is far past its recommended replacement age. It will need to be fully replaced. Additionally, there are deficiencies with the emergency power and fire alarm systems, which will require a replacement. Existing lighting is retrofitted and should also be replaced. The building is not fully sprinklered, and a fire suppression system will need to be installed in combustible areas. The HVAC system is natural gas, mostly original to the 1971 construction, and is in various states of disrepair. The science classroom exhaust and air systems have failed and are no longer functioning. Controls have degraded over time. They are not maintainable due to unavailable replacement parts. They have many air leaks and have left the building with little to no control in most areas. The building's plumbing shows several key deficiencies in areas that do not meet modern code requirements. Updating the water system would also improve accessibility and conservation standards. Civil engineering has identified several areas of concern. The current stormwater management system does not appear to adequately mitigate large rainfall events. This will require upgrades to meet modern state standards to mitigate and treat stormwater as it flows to adjacent wetlands. For parking and sidewalk considerations, the existing driveway is in poor condition and parking spaces and lanes are oversized, resulting in less parking spots than required. A building project will need to meet current accessibility requirements for pedestrian routes, including ramps, handrails, and parking. Due to the extreme slope on the site, there are several outdoor areas that are not properly accessible. The fields and stadium are in good condition. However, there are drainage issues on the practice field. There are several instances of asbestos, lead, PCB, and mercury discovered in the expected areas of a building of this vintage. While they do not pose an immediate threat if undisturbed, any renovation or removal of the materials would require appropriate remediation. The IT, technology, and security systems of Burlington High School are in various states of adequacy. In general, they are undersized for an expansive building and site like Burlington High School. Any building project would need to incorporate a more robust security and access control plan and delivery, as well as provide technology suitable for 21st century education. From April to June, the design team, led by David Stephen from New Vista Design, held educational visioning workshops with teachers, administrators, students, and parents. These were held virtually and in person. During the workshops, participants were led through a step-by-step visioning process aimed at capturing their high-level thinking about Burlington High School's current and future educational goals and priorities, and connecting them to best practices and possibilities in innovative school design. The results of these sessions include a list of priorities and considerations that will be used in the development of building options. They consist of educational, architectural, and community priorities. The detailed results and reports can be viewed on the project website. 6 guiding principles were developed by the visioning workshops to provide a framework for priorities: personalization and ownership, collaboration and connection, STEM, art integration, and hands-on learning, flexibility and adaptability, outdoor connections, and the school as a community resource. Some other overarching priorities include inclusivity and welcoming. That is, creating a building that feels welcoming to all members of our increasingly diverse community. Modern learning environment. That is, upgrade our facility to become a 21st century, state-of-the-art new building that accommodates all types of programs. Collaborative and interdisciplinary learning spaces. Better health and support service spaces. A building that can be better used by and meet the needs of the Burlington community. Accessible spaces that are connected to the outdoor natural environment. Adequate sports and recreation facilities and fields. Space and equipment that supports all types of programs. While it is impossible to list all of the project priorities, we will conclude with several educational and architectural priorities, the full summary of which can be found on the Burlington High School project website. Some of which include real-world learning, including project-based learning and life skills, innovation and flexibility, environmental quality of spaces, connection to the outdoors, and natural light, safe community use and access, and spaces for student support. On Thursday, September 26th, the Burlington community is invited to the Town Center Beer Garden and Local Business Fest to meet the project team and have an open conversation about the high school feasibility study. The event takes place at the Community Corner Pocket Park at 202 Cambridge Street from 4:30 to 8:30 p.m. This is your opportunity to provide comments and ideas for the high school. This is an open-ended, informal conversation, so bring your thoughts, hopes, and ideas for the discussion. At the conclusion of the preliminary design program report, the project team will share its preliminary concepts for review. The next step, the preferred schematic report, analyzes the shortlist of each option and concludes with a single recommended path forward for the town and high school. These reports and findings will be developed and delivered in the fall of 2024 and the winter of 2025. Thank you for your involvement as we create the future Burlington High School for Burlington students and community.